I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't gonna do this video because so it's so long since I seen the movie. I figured if I'm not gonna see another movie to accompany this old movie that came out a month ago, I shouldn't make this video. But it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't sleep. I'm just gonna do it anyway. People watch it, they watch it. They don't. Who cares? These are my opinions or my review on Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. And since it's so old, I'm gonna do a spoiler review. Hobbs and Shaw, I think at the gate, I liked it enough. I thought it was an entertaining enough movie. I probably wouldn't recommend seeing it in the, no, you probably could see it in the theaters, but it's not really a necessary thing to see in the theaters. It's a fine action movie. I'll say this right now, most people are probably wondering, it's, to me at least, it's not as nearly as fun as the other Fast and Furious movies with the whole crew and The Rock and Jason Statham, because this was just, honestly to me, it was trying too hard at certain points, mostly in a comedy direction. In the action department, in the action department, it was mostly fine. The stunts were cool. The choreography was good. Jason Statham was better in this movie than he was in Fast and Furious. But one of my problems with this movie was mainly the comedy, and they just kept having too much comedy. And I didn't think I would never say that, but for this, it kind of did feel like that at times, because they're just like whole scenes that are just dedicated to The Rock and Jason Statham just insulting each other, and that's fine if they're doing that, and also there's like a story going on with that scene. But literally there are just scenes where they show up, The Rock and Jason Statham insult each other, and then the scene goes on, just like the scene was just for jokes. And sure, some of them were funny, but eventually it's just like you can move this on now. You can stop telling jokes now. Like for instance, like it was scenes like that made this movie a little too long. Like this movie was about 15 minutes too long. Like, and some of that was due to the fact that there were just a lot of pointless scenes that were just for comedy. But no, I don't want to rag on this movie too much, because there is a lot of good things about this movie. For instance, Jason Statham and The Rock are good together. They have good chemistry. They're funny. They play their characters well, even though the characters aren't really that deep. Idris Elba was pretty good in this movie. He made a lot out of this villain, even though the villain wasn't really much, but he did a lot with him. I don't know, there's something about him, the way he carried himself, that he added a lot of menace to this villain. What else? The cameos everyone heard about, like, you know, where Ryan Reynolds and Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was probably the funniest cameo for me, cause I wasn't expecting it. Ryan Reynolds, that was random, but it wasn't as random and as unexpected as Kevin Hart. Cause Ryan Reynolds is just an actor's actor. Like, he's an actor. He pops up with stuff, action movie, comedy. You know, that's what he does. Kevin Hart really doesn't. He only mainly does comedies. And the scene in this was really funny. The whole crowd laughed. I saw this in the theater twice. Everyone laughed out loud. Something else. Like I said, like, again, the action is good. Like, the action is really good. Like, just the choreography. David Leitch really, you can tell that he directed this movie because the action shows for it. What else? Oh, the girl. Jason Statham's sister. I forgot her name. Vanessa Kirby. She was really good in this movie. In fact, she was probably my favorite part of this movie. Cause she was there to take the piss. Since she was a British character and she's British in real life, she was there to take the piss out of The Rock and Jason Statham and their whole little feud, and it was really, really good. Like, in fact, some of the biggest laughs I got came from her. Yeah, I really got nothing else to say. But according to how the movie ended, it looked like they're setting up a sequel, or at least a mini universe within an already big universe to go off on and play in. But which I guess I'm fine with, but I just don't think it's necessary. I don't think we need any more Fast and Furious spin-off movies. But if they're gonna do it, I'll be there to watch them. I'll be there to criticize them. Now, there's an issue that I thought I was gonna have with the movie that I didn't have a really big issue with, but it was still somewhat of an issue with the fact that, okay, supposedly, like, Idris Elba is like a superhuman soldier or whatever. So he's like super strong. He has super fast reflexes. he's like also super fast or just faster than normal people, super adorable, had a bulletproof suit. So it kind of just like, so like he doing like superhero stuff, like he like flipping over cars, he like punching people and they're flying like 10 feet back into the air, and stuff like that. And The Rock is doing the same thing. And as far as we know, they didn't say The Rock is superhuman in this movie, but him and like Idris Elba are like, I don't know, okay, they're like close in stature a little bit, and so it's just kind of weird. We're like, they're like, he's a superhuman, but The Rock is just a normal guy, but somehow he could like stick his arm out of a car driving like 100 miles an hour, grab a guy by the neck without breaking it, and slam him to a wall again without breaking his arm. But again, it's just silly. That's a silly thing to nitpick. I realize that. I'm not going to dwell on it too long. It was just weird. It's just a thing. But I'll say this as a positive. It wasn't as distracting as I thought it was going to be, but it was still just like, come on, man. Like, where's the difference here? But I'm rambling. But I'm just gonna end it right now, cause yeah, this movie was solid. I'm probably not gonna edit this thing this much, cause who cares? Oh, you know, there's nothing I had an issue with. Like, it's really not a big issue. It's just a nitpick with me. Before I end it, The Rock goes to his island of Samoa, his character's home island of Samoa, and we're like, you get what I'm saying. He gets there, and his brother, you know, say we don't like you. You left the family. Yeah. And I don't know why the Fast and Furious franchise had the whole thing with try to make everyone's family or background connected to cars in some way. But apparently The Rock's background, apparently his family on Samoa, they run a chop shop, a successful chop shop. Apparently, they say in the movie, we got international clients. People really love our work. They had like bikes there. They had a bike there to go into Japan. They had a bunch of other cars there that were really nice and really nice custom builds and stuff like that. They're in their garage with like really just like teched out with all the latest tech and stuff. Even though the outside looked like just an abandoned barn. So if they're really like swimming in all this, cause like they say they got clients from like Japan and England and all that stuff like that, and they're shipping all this stuff from Samoa. So I have a problem with the house, their family house looking like crap. And yeah, and I get it, like you know the traditionalism. You know, we don't really need much. We don't need to be all modern. I get that. But at the same point, at what point do you say we could be traditionalists without having rusted metal plates on our house or our garage or our place of work looking like absolute garbage on the outside? Like, did no one think to put some money back into the business or back into the family where the house doesn't look like crap, the garage don't look like crap? They can have some, I don't know, some actual drip. They can have some like some good Samoan drip. They got like some, I don't know. And I'm not even for that fashion stuff, but I was sitting there wondering, like, if they're this successful, where they have clients in Japan and they're shipping their vehicles out to them, why do they live like they're so poor? But again, that's just a nitpick. It don't matter. Wrap it up right now. My opinion, the movie's like B-. It was a B-. It was a decent flick. You saw it already. I hope you liked it. It's funny I said spoiler review, but nothing really got spoiled in here. It's a simple movie. You don't need to know much about this movie. The action was good. I hear like Vin Diesel is filming number 9. I don't think The Rock and think they're gonna be in it, which is kind of sad, but they'll make do. Yeah, B-. Anyway, this is again late. It's late, so who cares about this at this point? But this is my 2 cents. 2 cents below. Tell me what you thought about it. Like this video, share it. Thanks for watching. Bye.